Something's wrong. I waited up with wounds on my feet. Where will you be? Flickering through memories, the Polaroids yellowed in the sun, longing to be seen. So come and hide, hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Come and hide, hide with me, hide with me, hide with me. Stars are bright, I called you up just to hear your voice on the machine. Nothing will be like it was, but you will always be my first choice, just as it seems. Ride with me.
Radiant team back. Dire team back. Radiant team back. Dire team back.
So you don't know what you're doing, and the walls are closing
Radiant team back.
in. Just remember where we're
Dire team
going, and remember where we've been. We can breathe
Radiant
underwater.
team
Nothing can hurt us anymore. And as long as we're together, it doesn't matter where we are.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. This is Game 2 between Winstrike and Team Empire Hope. And this is Game 2 because I was sleeping before. So that's the game that I was able to wake up and cast. Alright, so Tiny being picked in the first phase. That is a hero that, I felt was not going to show up anymore. But still looks like a lot of teams really value the Tiny. Disruptor on the second pick as well. Now, I'm actually curious to see if there's like any changes on Disruptor, because I don't remember any changes that was like, yeah, Disruptor is now a good hero. But for some reason, I've seen Disruptor in 2 professional matches already. Let me. Okay, so on C, do we have any Disruptor? Nope. B. No Disruptor as well. And the standard 720. Hello, hello. Oh boy, 5 damage level 1. Now that is definitely yeah, I don't understand exactly why there's been so much Disruptor. But yeah, Winstrike will go for it. And Brewmaster Rubik being the response from Team Empire Hope. Rubik, kind of a flex pick. Could be mid, could be a support. Pretty strong hero at the moment, so I don't see any surprises there. The Brewmaster is probably going to be a support. It looks like, before, you would see a lot of support Brewmasters to handle the illusion heroes, just because he has the Dispel when he ults. But it looks like Brewmaster is such a good hero right now that you can just first pick the hero regardless of it being any illusion heroes. We're not in that meta anymore, but even then, I've seen a lot of first phase Brewmasters.
Team ban.
Micro Ninja, what's up, man? What's with the Z's? All those Z's. What's up, Francisco? Perhaps because the new meta favors the way Disruptor plays.
10 seconds remaining.
Wow, what is that new meta?
5 seconds remaining.
Not sure if anyone figured that out just yet, but looks like Winstrike thinks the hero's pretty good. I mean, move speed was definitely a big change in this patch. Disruptor doesn't have terrible move speed, and it doesn't have awesome move speed either, so that's definitely not what happened.
Radiant team pick.
We're gonna take the Undying out. Interesting. They also took the
Dire
Anti-Mage.
team pick.
Alright, the Sun Krugen. So more magical AoE damage. Makes sense that they took the Anti-Mage out. They, like, all of their damage here is magical. This time it's probably going to be a support, so literally all the damage these 3 cores do is magical. So any heroes that actually have
10
innate
seconds remaining.
magic resistance or a damage
Radiant team
mitigation
pick.
are going to feel pretty good here. They actually get the Bane. Interesting. Pretty strong hero. Also reveals that either the Brewmaster or the Rubik is going to be, you know, supports. Could still be mid Rubik. I guess it depends on the matchup that Winstrike goes for.
10 seconds remaining.
Hi Bowie, I saw your video today and wanted to tell you that you make amazing content. You shouldn't
5
feel down.
seconds
Thank you.
remaining.
Do you think the new meta revolves around more fighting, more than winning lanes? Not sure. How is the Tiny versus Brew matchup? So I actually didn't play against the Brewmaster. I actually probably played against the Brewmaster, but not in lane. I've been playing a lot of mid, so I don't know how the matchup goes because then, like, he has 2 new skills. I actually don't know how it goes. I mean, Tiny usually doesn't lose lanes, but they also changed the way Tiny works. With the deny mechanics, you cannot deny using the extra damage from your tree grab. Still should be easy just because you have a lot of damage anyways. I'm gonna pick the Mirana here, denying the setup from that Bane from Team Empire Hope. So they felt like the Mirana was both a good pick and also a deny pick. So this is either carry or mid Mirana. I like it. You know, you can set up the Burrow Strike, you can set up the Avalanche with the arrows. Although the Avalanche doesn't set up the arrow that well anymore, just because there's like an interval between the stuns, which means the hero can move a little bit. So potentially he can dodge the arrow if he's good. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I hate facing Brewmaster in the lane. Yeah, I think he's way easier to handle in the lane now. But he's an overall stronger hero, I think. Alright, so Empire Hope. What will they pick? I mean, they're definitely lacking. If they pick a carry now, they probably still want to give the illusion that this Rubik could be mid. So, you know, if they want to hide a Rubik as much as possible, they could pick a carry now. I guess Lark seems like a pretty good carry this game. Mirana Lip doesn't work against it. The Burrow Strike doesn't work against it. I think maybe there's a problem that he can get bursted, but I think if you just go like Shadowblade BKB, he's gonna be fine. In terms of laning stage, if that is mid Sand King, I'm sorry, if that's core Sand King, he could suffer a little bit just because of Sandstorm and Caustic. There's not much he can do there. So maybe you have to swap up the lanes if you want to play Chorus Lark. I'm gonna get the Kunkka. Alright, so they're like, fine. We don't care if the Rubik is a support. Boy, you sound so tired, dude. Yeah, I just woke up. Now for Winstrike, what can they actually pick
5
here?
seconds remaining.
So they are liking a carry. I would like to see the Slark being removed by Winstrike. And I'm also a little bit I don't know if that's the word for it. I have the flu, just a little bit. So my voice sounds different, probably giving the impression that I am super tired. I'm gonna take the Jugger out, huh? Okay, so they're not afraid of the Slark. They take the Jug. So now that Jug is banned, what are the other carries that are available here? CK? Maybe? I'm not sure if you want to play CK versus Kunkka and Brewmaster though. On Winstrike, I mean. On Empire. I really like this Lark, but they do have a lot of AoE there. So both the CK and the Sand King could potentially not be great. They're going to take the Terrorblade out, and they will actually get the Naga Siren. This hero, I've seen a lot of pros playing this hero. I was actually trying to make a video about it, but I was too tired. But yeah, Naga is... Naga farms super fast now. What I think the hero lacks a little bit, or at least people still didn't figure out, is a reliable way to close games. Like, she doesn't burst people that fast. She, like, her ult. They do have some setups here. He has the Torrent. But that's the only setup. It feels more like they're like, okay, Naga is the only good hero left, rather than, let's tailor a draft around the Naga. It seems a little bit hasted, so... I don't know, Naga also doesn't have a lot of HP or against all that AoE on the side of Winstrike. I wonder how it's going to pan out. Wait, what here for boosting MMR now at 720? Just play me Dazzle, dude. Alright, we're going to get the TA that is going to be carry Murana here. I don't know. So, first of all, they picked TA versus Naga. That is not a good matchup if this game goes long enough. So, they're very confident in winning the lanes and finishing this in about 30 minutes. Because if they don't, that TA is definitely falling off. Like, the refraction charges are going to break super fast because of the illusions. Then, there's Torrent, there's Fiend's Grip, there's a lot of control. I think this is a very risky maneuver by Winstrike, but at the same time, it shows that they are very confident against Team Empire Hope. They think they can just win. All right, so let's just go. They do have a lot of early game, high tempo heroes. So let's see if they can put those heroes to use and win this game very fast. Thank you all for being here and watching. I'm going to be casting this entire series. I'm not sure if there's going to be 1 or 2 games left, and then we're going to move to, probably, there's Gambit versus someone, I think. Is this yeah, it's Gambit versus whoever wins this game, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to tweet that I'm casting. Team Empire. Alright.
Prepare for battle.
That went swimmingly. That went swimmingly.
Okay, guys. So, let's go. This game, decisive, one of the decisive matchups here to decide who is going for the minor. And, the minor being a window to the majors definitely makes this very exciting. The teams are probably very hopeful that they can finally start playing some official matches in LAN. But there's a pretty big maneuver here by Team Empire, and I'm not sure Silent knows what's going on. He does end up lingering around here. Oh, okay. They do get vision. It looks like he was pretty fast. No vision for the main to get the Nightmare off, and it looks like Silent will be able to get back to his tower here, to his comfy little home. Top lane, we do see Non-Grata as well as Yamich here trying to scout out the jungle. There is Naga here just chilling as well. My mustache is so big that like when I'm speaking, I can feel my mustache touching my lips, and that is not a good feeling. I think I need to trim my mustache.
The battle begins.
Silent. We will commit an arrow here. He's not gonna commit an arrow. He just boops the Brewmaster once. In the jungle here from Empire, it looks like Mitch is also going to disengage. Even if he gets Nightmare here, they don't really have any setup. There's no way they're gonna be able to find any kills. Another pretty big problem I see, at least with Carry Naga, is like Riptide allows you to farm faster. Like basically you have to save your skill point for Riptide, or multiple skill points for Riptide. Just because if you don't, like, since this is AoE, if you learn this in the lane, oh nice, it dispels the damage from the Thunder Strike. If you learn this in the lane, you're just gonna push your lane and you don't want that. So you have to save all the skill points, similar to Glaives, I guess. And only when you actually start farming the camps, you can actually skill that. But at the same time, you farm so fast that you can probably learn this early. So getting the timing correctly, especially if you're playing safe lane and not mid, is can be a problem. Alright, let's check the CS here to see how we are going. It looks like the sinking actually doing pretty well here in this bottom. Into stop lane, sorry. And yeah. Okay, so this Brewmaster doesn't really have much to his name. Struggling ever so slightly. Oh, hello. Nice Burrow Strike there with the Caustic, but it's on level 1. And the Naga has a lot of, I mean, pretty decent HP, considering she only has 2 stat items. Hello. Nightmare. It's not learned. Commits the Brain Sap here onto the Disruptor, just zoning him out. It looks like he actually gets the point in the Riptide anyways. I mean, he's dealing... The lane is pushing so hard, right, that he doesn't mind. That is a very special scenario where you actually don't care that much about pushing the lane. It looks like Non-Grata, though. He's feeling like a king. He's just zoning everyone away. Middle lane. Kunkka pretty low in HP here. It looks like he's going to be fine. Any predictions? I don't know. Alright, Kunkka cannot get at CS. The AoE on the Tidebringer is actually pretty short, so level 1. So actually makes it pretty hard to get those CS that are too far away from it. Looks like Nagasaran already farming jungle camps here. Alright. The Torrent will get Iceberg. Just boops the TA. Not that much damage though. Level 1 Torrent used to be a good skill. Definitely not anymore. Alright. So pretty slow game. They're just farming here. Non-Grata trying to be a little aggressive on the Bane, but oh, they might have a kill here. There is no glimpse. Actually, it's a Mango to commit the field, and they will find the Caustic Finale onto that Bane. It looks like the Illusions. Can they proc a Riptide? Oh no, he's gonna commit a salve. The Illusions don't even get the salve off. So it's gonna be Nagasaran here. Actually, already has 2 points in the mirror image. Alright. Oh, the Bane's gonna TP here. It looks like the Kunkka finds himself an Illusion Rune. If I build SFAU, can I dodge Disruptor OT? No, I mean, you can dodge the OT, but not the Glimpse. So if he commits the Glimpse, you are going to take the damage. If he actually did it correctly. Alright, nice deny there by the Disruptor. Looks like, even though they got that kill, the lane's still pretty passive. The middle lane, what's the difference here? 17 and 10 versus 11 and 5. Looks like the Kunkka already commits his X to go back to the base. He refills some of his HP. Alright, looks like Iceberg this time does dodge. Alright. Alright. Non-Grata farming quite a bit here. Has a lot of freedom. You know, Naga, she's usually pretty strong hero in lane, but they don't really have any control or burst damage to actually stop Non-Grata to just committing a Caustic Finale into the creeps like that. So he is almost top CS. He's gonna have a pretty good game, it looks like. I think he might even go Vanguard here. He is against the Naga. He's against the Brewlings, so actually having the damage block could be pretty good, but he has Veil selected. Now that Sandstorm deals, it's not more damage, but now that Veil actually, you know, you can keep the Sandstorm going. Veil is actually pretty good on Sand King. Oh, hello. It looks like the Brewmaster actually ended up dying here, but yeah, no fights going on. TA commits the Fairy Fire here. Will pop a salve as well. 5 minutes in, just gets out because she doesn't want the salve to be cancelled. 5-minute bounty. The scan's gonna be committed here. Actually clips just the tip of the disruptor, and he is trying to set up here in this middle lane. A lot of damage being committed. Oh boy, Kodos, you have to be careful. Another X with the TP here. Looks like Disruptor actually dies. He killed himself in the neutral camp, and the Kanka will be back. Actually doesn't have a bottle, so he doesn't refill that much HP, and as he gets into the lane, he's already taking a lot of damage here. The TA looking for an angle, but oh god. So much damage onto him. Game audio is very low compared to your voice. I can do that. We'll make the audio a little bit higher. Looks like people's opinions change every day. Like I didn't change any of my settings. Oh, Winstrike committed once again. Pretty easy for him to just dispel that, so it really mitigates the damage that Disruptor can do. You can also dispel the Caustic if I'm not mistaken, so I guess the Naga pick does have some interesting interactions here that I didn't really thought about. Oh, Fate Boat being committed on Yamich. Where is the clap? There you have it. This is a pretty fast Tony, but it looks like they do have the damage. They're gonna toss the Brewmaster into the Moran, and the Avalanche actually stopping the Brewmaster for quite a bit, but they're not gonna be able to find that kill, and they do lose the Tiny, so pretty good rotation right there. Morana, 21 CS. It looks like she's not doing as hot as the other cores. The Naga, for instance, has 40 CS, farming the jungle camps as well as the creep camps pretty fast. They will get a next with a Taunt. Oh, the Taunt just slightly mispositioned. Not the perfect execution there by the Kanka. They might pay a pretty big price here. The Brain Sap gets committed and zones Iceberg out. He also commits the trap right there to give vision, knowing full well that the Bane is retreating. Alright. Top lane, they do rotate the Bane back here. Can they actually find anything? They will get vision of the Disruptor. They will get a Nightmare as well. The non-Grata Sentry shows up. Doesn't have the Epicenter Lungers. Now will commit the Static Storm. But with this field here zoning them down, it looks like the Bane is probably going to fall. Do they have the damage? They will get that Bane kill. And now WF being chased down by the Naga. No is there just now, so it's just gonna boop them. She does a lot of damage, but she doesn't really have any lockdown. And the Bane also doesn't offer any lockdown, so I think that is a pretty weird lane. And once again, the Torn missing. Can they actually get a good combo with the boat? They will. It looks like the Kanka is gonna get that last hit. Alright. Naga already has 4 Wraith Bands. Going for Yasha. So no boots for now. Pretty interesting build here. Surprised that he has no boots. The Radiant Scan. Doesn't really find anything. Brewmaster has treads already. Not sure if he's going for Vlad's or something of that sort, or if he's going straight up Blink Dagger. Alright, so Ruby ends up dying here. Apparently bursted down with the arrow and the Eva toss. They will send the Tiny back. He had an Arcane Rune, so a lot of damage right there. Oh, hello. Disruptor will find the Bane once again. Damage is pretty even between both parts. The Brain Sap does equalize things, and it looks like Disruptor will have to pop a salve. Naga still farming, starting to accelerate pretty rapidly here. Gets a reward. Disruptor commits another Thunder Strike. This one she cannot dispel because the mirror image was already committed. And the Kanka going for another rotation here. Has a Clarity going. The 3 bracers. Let's see if he can actually get a good fight. Umrana usually struggles versus the Kunkka as long as you actually time your combos correctly. He commits the Tidebringer here. Silent doesn't know that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, nice.
Dire is scanning.
Okay, so the scan here, maybe looking for a rotation. The Naga's just farming Ancients here.
Is under attack.
Doesn't really care much. Both supports just hiding here as the Sand King just gets this tower uncontested. It looks like they don't really value that tower much, and they know that the Naga, you know, she's not weak. She's actually the highest CS, but she cannot fight just now. She needs a Diffusal Blade. She needs some sort of control. And to get control, you need levels, because you just want to max both the Riptide and the Mirror Image early on, just because of how fast this hero accelerates. I don't think there's any hero in the game that farms as fast as Naga in these early stages. So yeah, as you can, I mean, maybe an Alchemist that is left uncontested, but the Naga is way stronger as a hero. Alright, they do get a Nightmare here. Can they get a good boat? Alright, there you have it. That is a kill. And the Kunkka finds another one. So he is 2-0. Doing a lot of work here in the early game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The trap damage with the Avalanche. It looks like poor little Rubik will have to lift the Tiny. Does buy some time. Do they want to dive this? Can they get the Psy Blaze? The Fairy Fire is not going to be enough, and they do find another kill. So the little Tony, once again participating in fights. He was a part of 3 of the 5 kills that Winstrike already have. So pretty good early game for them, and I wonder how much this Naga is going to scale here. Sandstorm doing damage. Actually doesn't commit the Burrow Strike, even though he already has the Veil even. Felt like he didn't have enough damage. Oh. Bottom lane, they actually find the Brewmaster with the Static Storm. Pretty good skill versus the Brewmaster, actually. You know, if I guess we were talking about why Disruptor could be a good hero. Definitely a good hero versus Brewmaster. Although he can dodge the Glimpse with the ult, if you just initiate with your Static Storm, a lot of the times, like, the time for the silence to kick in is faster than the cast point of the Primal Split anyways. So until he has a BKB, he might struggle quite a bit in actually fighting. TP here from the Bane. The Kunkka actually doesn't have any bottle, so this Bane cannot fill his bottle or anything, but he is level 6, so he might be able to find the kill, but the Tiny is pretty far away, and the Bane cannot show. There could be traps, even evasion, there could even be wards. A WF here, yes, probably. Right, they're gonna go for a smoke. Let's see if they can find a good target. They will get vision, they will lay their eyes on the Disruptor. They already killed quite a bit. I'm not sure if, like, the only deaths apparently are the Disruptor. And he's gonna die again. I'm not sure if this is actually good. You know, they've committed a 2-man smoke for a Disruptor once again. I don't know. Literally, no one else died. Okay, no, the Tiny actually... No, the Disruptor died to creeps, that's why. The Disruptor suicide to creeps. They will get a Phoenix Grip here on Shamrana with a stolen Starstorm. That is a pretty easy kill. And now they will get an X onto a mage. Nice Torrent. It will connect this time. And with the Brain Sap and the damage, do they have what it takes? They also have a lift that is left. And they will commit a Starstorm that we stolen. And the Bane Nightmare buying even more time. They do get a good Static Storm. The Tiny is alive with 30 HP. He's going to disengage. The Nightmare onto the Disruptor. Can they find a Blind Torn? No, they cannot. And it looks like, oh no, they do get an axe. Yeah, Mitch, where's your Avalanche? You don't want this Kunkka playing with you. And they're gonna toss him back to the Disruptor. The Tiny's still alive. And look at that. I think Empire Hope, your hopes of getting that kill, you baited you hard into this. They're gonna lose the Bane. Let's see if they're gonna lose more. The Burrow Strike is there, setting up a beautiful epicenter by Non-Grata. And it looks like the Kunkka is Non-Grata over here. And he is going to go back to the base. That did buy a lot of time for the Naga though. She is farming non-stop, but she's actually behind the TA. Not sure if the TA had any ancient stacks or anything, but I'm surprised. I expected the Naga to be slightly ahead, considering she was literally free farming for about 1 to 2 minutes. What's up, guys? Is the game audio still too low, or is it better now? Ooh. Actually, let me check one thing. I actually don't know if on Join Dota I actually said I was going to be casting this game, so yeah, I did not. Oh, we can actually add YouTube streams here. Feels bad, man. Forgot to add it on both. Alright, I did it now. Nothing happened, we're fine. Oh, there might be something happening right here. The Bane is very low HP. Where's the boop from? The tiny there you have it. Moonlight Shadow gets committed. And it looks like in the bottom lane you... What is this sound? Okay, sinking that. Sounds fine. Oh, Glimpse. Hello, hello. That is a Naga. That is a level 10 Naga with 1200 HP. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to actually control the Naga. And she quickly dispels that annoying Thunder Strike. It looks, when I was watching Arteezy farm, he was farming with two groups. He was farming with two illusions and then the main hero and another illusion. Just so it was harder for the enemy to pinpoint exactly where he was. But it looks like this boy here, he's farming with the 3. I mean, he was playing mid-Naga that game, so I think since he had more levels, he could actually afford to farm with only 2 illusions without losing farm efficiency. But yeah, it would be nice to see him farming like this. And very interesting that he's not going for the Diffusal. He's going straight up for Manta into Travel. So he wants to be that super fast race car type of...
Middle tower
Naga. The smoking from the Empire Hope is not going to find that Sand King there. He was in a pretty safe position. And now they're trying to pincer around Winstrike, but the Sand King already TPing here. They will get a good Static Storm. No, it's not good because this will allow the Brewmaster to ult when he wants. He doesn't have the cooldown right now, trying to chase the Disruptor here, but he's going to fall. Very weird play by the side of Empire Hope. They will finally commit the boat. Oh no! Oh my lord! That is not good! They're gonna disengage. They're like, fine. Yeah, everyone is out. Jesus Christ, they don't find anyone. They lose the Brewmaster. They waste the song. They waste the boat. And this is going to be an easy way in towards the Roshan. It looks like Winstrike. Very interested in seeing what Roshan has to offer here. The win probability is at about 70%, I want to say. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty easy way in for Winstrike. What is wrong with your mic, dude? I don't know what you mean, but there is a lot of other streams that probably doesn't have anything wrong with their mic. So.
Immortality.
Morana, just farming bottom here. Let's check everyone's items, by the way. The Veil with the Vanguard on Sand King. I did mention the Vanguard on the Lobster, the Disruptor. Only going for much. It looks like TA here has a Dazzle Blink Dagger. And with the Phase Boots, once you complete the Blink Dagger, but it's going to take a while. And the Morana going for the Maelstrom. The Bane with a Windlace, the Rubik with Arcanes, getting pretty close to the Blink Dagger. Usually you see people just going for the Youth Scepter, which is the Yapsor build, but he's not going for that. The Brewmaster has a Vlad, has the Treads, and now going for the Blink Dagger after that. The Naga with the Manta completed. Actually doesn't get the move speed talent. Interesting. Very interesting build. And the Kanka here going for a Shadow Blade.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Alright. So, Winstrike, they just group up here. No response from Empire Hope, but there might be a response right here. They will get a good X with the Torrent combo, and they do also get the Dust going here, which means that the Moonlight Shadow is not going to be enough for that Sand King to survive. The double lip away from the Morana, so they will group up here and get this tower. But guess what? Winstrike, they're doing the same thing, and this could be very, very scary for Empire Hope, who is going back to their base faster. Let's see, they do have Vlads here with this Naga. They actually do a lot of damage, but the entirety of Empire Hope actually disengage. They're like, nope, Naga, get out, get back. And they will send the Kanka first. And it looks like everyone else is going to stay here. No, the arrow actually connects onto the Naga. They will get the Static Storm, but the Primal Split was already committed. They blink in with that TA. Nightmare trying to buy time. Can this Naga survive? The Glimpse dodge does not happen. And oh my lord, 1 second for the Song of the Siren. They could have potentially saved the Naga Siren, but they're not going to be able to save her. They do lure everyone back, and they are buying a lot of time here. The Brewmaster tries to clap a WF once, doesn't really find a clap. And now with the toss, they actually secure that kill. And guess what? This Tiny is very close to the Blink Dagger after all of the events that occurred. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate there that the Naga was not able to survive. Iceberg moving forward here. Wants to get this second tier 2 for the side of Winstrike. The gold advantage still pretty minor. Oh, they are trying to set up here. They will steal the refraction. Can they actually get on top? Oh, he gets vision, actually blinks aggressively. But look at that, the TP from the Naga, Siren Iceberg. I'm not sure about this fight. He will get a good epicenter here that finds the kill onto the Bane. The Kunkka is pretty low, but he disengages with the Shadow Blade, and the Aegis will finally proc. They do not have the epicenter, and also they don't have the Primal Split. Nice Avalanche here onto this little Brewmaster trying to disengage. She's pretty tanky tanks to that Vlads, but with this Avatos as well as the Burrow Strike is enough damage. This Brewmaster is so freaking tanky. He's just disengaging. He doesn't care. He doesn't even have bracers. How is he surviving so much? It looks like even though he's tanky though, the cooldowns are gonna come once again, and he falls. Murana just farming bottom, trying to get this tier 1 tower. Actually, full HP. Arrow gets committed. The Naga is not here. Oh, Kunkka. Okay, is this enough time? Oh, so many poorly executed plays by Empire. I mean, their draft is already a little wonky, hard to execute. Like, you have a Bane, but there's not much setup. You have a Naga, there's also no much setup. The Naga can even mass up some of your spells. But it just feels like, I mean, I don't know. It just feels like they didn't really practice much with this Naga Siren. I don't know. I could be wrong. Dire Scan gets committed. Oh, so close, but so far. Doesn't really see the tiny right there. They do have a couple of sentries here, so the Kunkka feels safe on checking that area of the map. The good advantage starts to pile up, already at 5k. Looks like Non-Grata is by himself here. He's showing top, but there is no angle of initiation from Empire. Even though they see some heroes far away, they just cannot get the fight that they want. The Naga will find the lobster here. Actually pings this spot out. Ooh, okay. Doesn't really want to fight, just cuts up the wave there where when their Sandstorm was not. And he just keeps on moving. Can send some of those illusions to the lane, I guess, while he farms the jungle. Sand King just hiding here. Oh, will TP out. They don't really have a Tinker Ward to actually detect that, so the Non-Grata Sand King will go back to the base. What do you think about the new Drow? I think she's pretty good if you play her mid. I don't think she's a great carry. And I also think that like most of the good matchups for the Drow also require that she's not being a carry. Like Luna and Terrorblade, for instance, they definitely make up. Like they make very good partners for the new Drow. But you would rather play them in the safe lane than the mid lane. So not only now you benefit way more from actually farming mid as a Drow, you can enable a lot of carries. So I think she's pretty good in the middle lane. That is my final answer. So the game, pretty slow here. They do get a tower with no response on the side of Empire Hope, and you know that makes sense. They do not feel very strong right now, even after the age is expiring. It looks like the Tiny here is just playing with the creep wave a little bit. We do see most of the Empire heroes on this left side of the map. The Fusel Blade finally gets completed. I feel like this build is so greedy by this Naga. Like, yeah, you can farm fast, but you're not even that much farmed. I mean, as I said, if this game goes long enough, the TA is going to struggle. She is top of net worth right now, but she's not going to be for long. Oh, hello. Gets cleave, but not really impressive. Doesn't really have that much damage items. No Armlet, no Crystallis. They will try and pressure this. Fate Bolt reducing the damage from TA, but not that much. Torrent will find that little pesky TA. Can they get the axe there? They cannot, which means that the TA will just disengage. The Primal Split is here. Does lift the Disruptor. Ugh, this is not looking like a good fight. The Moonlight Shadow allowing them to disengage. They don't really have a dust onto that Naga. So while they find one kill, it's the Disruptor once again. This boy died 5 times and they have 8 kills. This is so hard to watch. Oh, hello. Epicenter being channeled. It will be committed onto the Rubik. He's not going to be able to survive that. A lot of damage coming from that Veil. BKB onto Iceberg, and he will shred the Brewmaster. Whereas the X back, there's no X back just because. Alright, hello! Fiend's Grip is going to be cancelled by the Tiny. It looks like it doesn't last long. The BKB actually ends onto Iceberg, and now he's trying to fight again. And they find the kill onto the Bane. He's going to commit the Brain Sap. Nice is there onto the Tiny, buying time. They will disengage with the Naga Siren. Can the Kunkka have the same fate? Pops the Shadow Blade, but instant dust been committed by Nongrad, and that is a dominating streak for Iceberg. They also lose the Bane here in the backlines. It was the Mirana that finds the kill. And yeah, I mean, the Naga trying to split push the waves, but not feeling super strong, I have to be honest.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
What's up, Bubby? I saw your guys' message. I will respond as soon as I finish casting. It's just that I woke up pretty late and the games were already happening. These are the games that I'm usually casting. Top lane looks like Yamich just clearing up the wave here. Silent with the Maelstrom. Oh, Stolen Starstorm. Pretty good. Now let's check. Let's check the items again. Oh, maybe not. Let's see what Naga's doing here. Doing a lot of damage to the Tiny. Just perishes. And at the same time, it looks like the Bane had the same fate. It is actually the Mirana that finds the kill. So, yeah, the Naga starting to become stronger. Oh, hello, hello. There is a BKB TA right there. And they'll just shred the Rubik. Now, they're trying to disengage right here. Can they actually control this TA? No, they can't because there's no Fiend's Grip. And that is the only control that goes for BKB. If you guys don't know, his Nair doesn't go for BKB anymore. Oh, hello. They're gonna commit the Moonlight Shadow. Trying to look. Oh, the dust is there. They do get a Burrow Strike onto this Kunkka. The Drunken Brawler gets committed. I'm not even sure it's called Drunken Brawler anymore. It's called Cinder Brew. Oh, nice glimpse back onto the Kunkka. He doesn't have a BKB. He has a Heaven's Halberd, and he commits onto the Sand. Actually, onto the TA. Nice Burrow Strike forward. It looks like this game is just a wash. Winstrike. They just trample Empire Hope, and they're gonna get the first tier 3 of the game. Buy back onto the Kunkka. The Naga is actually here trying to cut up the wave. Do they have any creeps left? Yes, they do have a catapult, but even then, they're actually going to disengage. They feel like they cannot get this if only the catapult is the creep remaining, so Nongrad is going to TP away. I am confused, but maybe this was the right approach. Roshan's up, by the way, so I guess... ideally, they would like to Roche first, and then YOLO later. Iceberg here just forming a little stack while they wait for... not really sure what they're waiting for, but Mr. Naga, Mrs. Naga, is around. So, it could be actually dangerous for Winstrike to go for the Roche, especially because Song is up. Only level 2 Song, but it is up. Do you think Jug got buffed or nerfed by the rework of his ult? Well, his ult is not as good level 1, I think. But he was buffed by everything else, you know? The safer jungle, the Wraith bands. So even though the ult was a nerf, I think that he's still the same hero. And he also scales more later on. I mean, it does change some dynamics, you know, the PA. Alright, so they're just gonna go into the Roshan pit here. The TA is not there, but she's just pushing the wave to make this less obvious, but it doesn't look obvious. Like, this looks pretty obvious right now because there's no hero showing any lanes, and they actually are pushing quite a bit besides the middle lane that is going super hard. No response from Empire Hope, though. Not sure if they don't have a smoke or if they do have a smoke, but I guess they're just afraid of fighting. I think that is actually a pretty good moment for them to fight, you know. Naga Siren is the king or the queen of Roshan, but they decided against it, or maybe they didn't really understand the danger. And there you have it. They're gonna steal the Burrow Strike. The Brewmaster trying to disengage from the Sandstorm here, but the Avalanche is gonna make this pretty hard. They do get... oh boy! Then Rubik has to cancel the TP. No, wait, what? Not sure what happened here. He gets the TP out. It felt like he was channeling a TP. Maybe it was just the Sandstorm animation. I don't know. Oh, TA. Trying to disengage here, will be able to get out of that axe because of the BKB. Can they actually stop the TA. No, they can't. The Bane was not close enough to get a Fiend's Grip, and they will just disengage with the TA. No BKB for a minute, though, which does buy some time for the Aegis duration. So yeah, in terms of items here, the Vanguard Blink travels on the Sand King with Radiance being the next item of choice. Pretty good versus Illusion Heroes. The Disruptor here with the Cloak. Templar Assassin going for the Orchid Malevolence, as well as the Desolator Blink. So the Blowthorn is going to be the final item for the TA. Tiny with Blink Uceptor Phase Boots. Pretty fast boy here. Actually not that fast, only 375.
The prize is mine.
So every single bounty but
A gift from the
one
tempest of
going towards Winstrike. Pretty good. Bane with not much to his name. Rubik going for... He actually has this energy booster. He's going to use Scepter. I guess maybe he wanted to go Aetherlands, but now he changed his mind. Brewmaster right here. Blink, Vlads, and the Trids. Poor Disruptor might die once again. It looks like... Oh, hello. Oh, boops and boops. Primal Split. Oh, that is not good. Yikes. Okay, so they don't really care about the kinetic field. They're going to be able to lift the Disruptor right here. Can they set up the Torn and the Bow? Oh my lord. Empire Hope. What is happening? Oh my god. They're going to glimpse him back. He almost blinks into the arrow. The Kunkka is trying to disengage, but he just gets Epicenter into the face. The damage is real. The Starstorm is there. This is a dead Kunkka. Jesus Christ.
Radiant's middle tower
Is
under
Naga
attack.
back in meta? Because I'm finding people playing Naga in my 2K pubs. Yeah, pretty sure she's back. Pretty good hero. Naga now going for Skadi. I mean, Naga keeps on pushing the waves, so that is why Winstrike cannot push.
Radiant's middle
So I know we're
tower
laughing
is
at these
under
plays and all, but Winstrike, this is already a 30-minute game, and they are struggling actually getting any beauties. In terms of win probability here is actually very, very high, almost 100%, at about 95%. The D ward here with the sentry, kind of a good wish ward right there. The arrow's not gonna land, but the damage is definitely coming through. The illusions are doing quite a bit of damage here. Silent Beam zone out, and they do struggle to actually remove those illusions. But can they do more than that? Can they actually win a fight instead of just repelling Winstrike? And they will try. The Snare gets dodged, and look at that beautiful, beautiful Stolen Burrow Strike with the Fiend's Grip. The TA might die right here. Can they get the first life? No, they can't. The Reflection is going to be popped here. They do lift the TA. Can they actually break through the Reflections? One illusion, actually a lot of illusions will actually get that kill. The barracks are still up. It looks like the Stolen Burrow Strike is not going to land this time. Blink out from Iceberg, and they do repel Winstrike once again. In terms of Aegis duration here, I mean, it just expired, but still 4 minutes until we know the Roshan timer. So we're going to have a pretty slow-paced game, I assume. Not sure. They don't even committed buybacks, right, in this fight. Let me actually double-check this. But, yeah, not in the... Okay, no, the Brewmaster actually got that. Sorry. Oh. Scepter dodging the X. They will get a dust with the Primal Split. Can they finally get one kill? It looks like the Tiny is trying to disengage. The dust actually ending super fast here. The boat will connect. Do they have the damage? The Fate Boat is gonna be there. They do find the Tony eventually. The Primal Split still looking for more targets. It looks like the BKB onto Mirana gets popped. The Song of the Sun is gonna be committed. Doesn't really do much just because that is a BKB Mirana, and I think this is the first charge that he committed. That is the second. No, that's actually the first one. And they keep on chasing buyback onto the Tiny. The arrow is not going to land. They do chase this Brewmaster here. And this is a dieback. So that is 70 seconds with no brew. Can they actually use this opening to end the game? Well, the illusions have something else to say. Let's see if they can clean up this wave. They cannot. But Winstrike, they don't really seem very keen on pushing. Or maybe they are. Alright, the creep wave comes in. The Sand King finishes his Radiance. Avalanche just zoning them out. Alright.
Dire Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
Bowie, I want your opinion on Ogre building Abyssal to get a BKB Priest and stun on multiple people. I mean, I guess it could be good, but definitely not a first item. Because, you know, Basher on Ogre doesn't really do much. Doesn't really make use of multicast. You know, maybe in a 1 hour game, it could be useful.
Dire are scanning.
After you already have Sight of Eyes, maybe if you also went for the cast range and the Aether Lens, you know, you're gonna have more range on that Abyssal.
Radiant are scanning.
But more often than not, you do want the GPM talent on the Ogre, even if you're playing core, so... I don't know. Oh, hello, Sand King. Burrow strikes away. The Brewmaster initiation does not connect, but they will find one bounty rune. Winstrike, though. They're gonna find 3. They go advantage. Just keeps piling up, and they will go once again with the aid of Moonlight Shadow. Join the base. Oh, it looks like they want to TP the Naga Siren here. The Avalanche Toss is gonna be here. The Manta actually dodged most of what they threw at the Naga, and now the BKB is gonna be popped. They do lay the Static Storm of Fiend's Grip onto this little Templar Assassin. Do they have enough damage? The Yepster doing a lot of damage with the Radiance. Can they actually kill the Naga? She's pretty tanky, almost 4k HP with a shit ton of armor. They're gonna get an Avalanche Toss, and it looks like the Naga finally falls. No buyback. This could be the end of it all. They steal the Burrow Strike, but it looks like an arrow connected onto the Robic. He's going to be taken down before he can even use that spell. No buyback on him too. I think this could be our GG, boys. The first lane of melee barracks does fall, and they are chasing our Bane right here. He's trying to set up. They actually find buyback on the Robic somehow. And alright, they're trying to zoom them away. X, where's the combo? The Torrent's going to be here. They do find the Burrow Strike and the Bolt, but this is such a tanky Sand King. He just does not die. He's going to disengage. The second X is going to be committed. The Primal Splinter is not doing anything, to be fair, and the TA is just trying to go to the other lane. At the same time, the Stolen Burrow Strike once again connecting onto the Tiny. The Kunkka will try and get some damage, but he doesn't have damage. He only has a Shadow Blade and a Heaven's Halberd. The Brain Sap is going to be committed here, trying to live, but the damage from the TA is insane. The Burrow Strike disengaged from the Rubik. Oh no, the Thunder Strike does connect. He's going to fall. Buyback on both the Bane as well as the Kunkka, but it looks like they're just buying time for the inevitable here. The Naga will be up in 5, so let's see if she can do something. Maybe if she TPs with Song of the Siren here, the Clap is going to be on point, but the arrow connects onto the Bane, and the damage from the Avatars will kill the Bane. Torrent's going to be committed. BKB onto Silent. The boat is there, but does not affect the BKB targets. Only the Sand King being affected by the boat, and the damage here. Alright, Song of the Siren being committed. Will buy time, but 5 heroes being alive. Look at that indeed. The Static Storm is not going to connect onto this Naga, but with the Nullifier, with the Blowthorn, the damage is going to be insane, and even this tanky Naga gets taken down eventually, and GG flies out. Winstrike, they will be the ones playing the next series. I thought we were taking one break from videos. Yes, that is why I'm streaming. Streaming doesn't count as videos, you know? Casting is way more fun than making videos, guys. That is something I guess most people don't understand. No, because casting is just like, let's hop on and just cast Dota. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not, but with videos, you feel like you have this obligation with something. Whereas with casting, it's like, let's just cast this. You know, I can cast how many games I want. I feel less obligated. I'm not even sure if that's a word. But anyways, let me just double check here if it's actually Winstrike playing. So minor Dota Liquipedia. Where's the Bucharest boy? Bucharest. So if we check the CIS qualifiers, yeah, the winner of this is going to be playing against Gambit. I wonder if this is a B05 or not. It actually says B03, so let me add that I'm going to be casting this. Alright. So yeah, guys, just stay tuned. This game should begin pretty shortly. And I'm going to be casting the entire thing, so... What do you think about Tidehunter Dispatch? You made a video about it, but don't you feel it's one of the strongest heroes dispatch? I'm not sure if I would say strongest, but he's definitely good. Definitely underpicked. Not a lot of pro teams actually going for it, but I think it's good. Do you prefer casting or playing? Definitely casting. You know, casting is like, I mean, sure, there's gonna be someone complaining about my mic or my English or whatever, or that I miss kills. It's just, you know, Dota is such a competitive game that people, like, they're just used to seeing RTZ playing at all times. So it's harder to be a Dota streamer if you're not, like, super good. Especially me that makes, you know, content as if I'm, like, almost a pro or whatever. So, yeah, I do prefer casting, I think. Well, I'm gonna give you guys some music, and the game should be up pretty shortly, so stay tuned, guys. So it's Winstrike versus Gambit.
I know all the words I've heard them I feel it in your eyes. I'm judging but disappointed. I'm not the one I used to be. Got someone else infusing me. Say, is this when I give or I gave up? It's like I know what to say, but something's getting in the way. This person that you saw, no stop is
Trying hard to get back at it, but going on where I'm going. Running around like a unicorn, now I'm headed back to the tropics. Going hard for my fam, yeah, now I'm headed back with the profit.
I'll be peeking through doors, everyone of them you don't need to tell, I'm out of time.
One of my favorite ideas, Squeak.
Heart of mine, say, is this when I give or I give up? It's like I know what to say, but something's getting in the way. This person that you so admire, now stuck in such a bad
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant are scanning. attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom is fallen. Radiant's bottom is fallen. Down now at
I am not the victim of this love affair. You can make me go away. I don't really care. It's unfair. I just wanna love you, babe. You got me around your finger. You got me in a twist.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But I refuse to see it. Yeah, you can turn me upside down, turn my heart inside out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Do it again, just do it again.
I saw that.
Sleep is for the dead.
Yeah, so thick I'm choking on it.
Baby, till I repeat and fade. Yeah, you can turn me upside down. Do it again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You were what I need, don't you understand? We were made to fall in love. Give me what I ask, let me hold your hand. Baby, you just
Dire's
have to
top tower
know.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Got me around your
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
got me in a twisted state.
Dire victory.
But I am never giving up. Do it again, just do it again. Sleep is for the dead and love is for the wicked. Baby, till I repeat and fade. Yeah, you can
Oh, feels good. Oh, thank you. Alright, the game's still not up, guys, but as soon as it's up, we're gonna be there. I'm just finishing cooking something for me. If you guys understand.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Unstoppable. Reordain. Haste.
Heart, don't wait for magic sparks. Make it work, although we get stuck on the low. Breathe out and forget. Hurts like a bayonet.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. The Dire now have nectar.
'Tis mine.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's ancient is under attack. Dire victory.
That's the spirit of this part.
Mass for the dead.
Stupendous.
Dire structures are fortified.
Right, to everyone that is watching, it looks like the game is only going to start in 2 hours. I guess I'm gonna close the stream and start again.